Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily, where today we're counting down 10 players who have proved us wrong by having excellent seasons. Let's go. 10. Paco Alcacer. Here on Football Daily, we've often lamented young players getting parked on the bench and the problems this can cause their development. But Paco Alcacer, who spent 2 years in the dugout at Barcelona, seems to have suffered no ill effects, netting 16 goals in just 965 Bundesliga minutes this term for an absolutely ridiculous rate of a goal contribution every 60 minutes. That puts him just 5 strikes behind Robert Lewandowski, who has made 27 starts to the Spaniards' 9, and while he's running hot with XG predicting he'd have only 9 goals at this stage, that would still work out at 1 a game. He takes 4 shots a match with over 3 coming from inside the box, and he creates the odd chance too, though his teammates are yet to finish an opportunity he's created. Unsurprisingly, Dortmund exercised their option to buy halfway through the season, making the 25-year-old a permanent fixture for just €23 million in February 2019. Clearly, Alcacer's scoring will come back to earth, but if his long-term output settles at even half of its present level, Dortmund will have a forward worthy of following Aubameyang and Lewandowski, and they could celebrate the discovery with a first Bundesliga title in 7 years come the summer. 9. Santi Cazorla. One of the most underrated players of the Emirates era, Santi Cazorla left Arsenal in the summer of 2018 after making just 8 Prem appearances in the previous 2 seasons and sitting out 636 consecutive days following an Achilles tendon injury. The Gunners saw a contract renewal as a risk, but fortunately former club Villarreal were on hand to take a gamble, and the 34-year-old has been a bright spot in an otherwise gloomy campaign, with the Yellow Submarine in the relegation zone at the time of recording. Remarkably, the veteran has put his fitness woes behind him to make almost 40 appearances in all competitions, scoring 4 and assisting 7 in 23 league starts, including a brace against Real Madrid. Always a creative machine, Cazorla's tally of 2.6 key passes a game is the 3rd best in Spain, and he's particularly excelled in the big matches, laying on an incredible 8 chances in a 4-all draw with Barcelona, with the other 21 players on the pitch managing 14 combined. He also retains his exceptional passing and dribbling ability and has even contributed defensively in a deep role, winning the ball back around 3.5 times a match, about the same as Naby Keita and Fernandinho. A universally loved footballer, Cazorla's return to greatness in 2018-19 was both surprising and heartwarming. And if you want to hear more about what's going on in La Liga, why not subscribe to Euro Football Daily if you haven't already, and check out more great videos like Continental Club. 8. Youcef Atal. Nice have dropped off the radar of many European football fans over the last 2 years. Lucien Favre is guiding Dortmund back towards the Bundesliga title, Ricardo Pereira is at Leicester, and Mario Balotelli is turning out for Liga and rivals Marseille. But the South Coast side have uncovered a new star in 2018-19, picking up 22-year-old right-back Youcef Atal, who was still playing in his native Algeria last year. Atal cost just €3 million, but is already attracting interest from Tottenham after a stellar season in which Nice have so far allowed 29 goals in 30 games, the 3rd best record in Ligue 1. The Algerian has more than pulled his weight on the defensive end, averaging 5 tackles and interceptions each match, but it's his attacking prowess which has truly impressed. With 4 completed dribbles a game, he's 8th in Europe above Hazard and Ousmane Dembele, but he's rarely dispossessed, losing the ball only 1.5 times per 90 minutes, compared to 3 for the Belgian and 6 for the Frenchman. According to Transfermarkt, the youngster's value has trebled in the space of 9 months, and if Premier League clubs come sniffing around, chances are his wages will as well. 7. Wissam Ben Yedder. We could have gone for Nicola Pepe here, but although his production is astronomical this year, his 17 goal and assist 2017-18 campaign at the age of 22 in a team fighting relegation makes it less surprising that he's exploded this term. So instead, we've gone for Wissam Ben Yedder, who has gone from reliable goal-getter to lethal poacher in his 3rd season in Seville. The 28-year-old, who won his first France cap in 2018, has scored 16 and assisted 6 in La Liga to date, giving him a goal contribution every 92 minutes, up from 1 every 142 minutes last year, and a better rate than Luis Suarez and Harry Kane. And expected goals says that production is sustainable, with 92% of his shots coming in the box over the last 2 seasons, meaning the quality of his efforts is incredibly high. He's also surprisingly mobile, averaging 1.5 dribbles a match and losing possession just once, half the number of Sergio Aguero. Despite Sevilla's knee-jerk dismissal of manager Pablo Machin, the former Girona boss supercharged the Andalusians' attack, turning Ben Yedder into one of the best forwards in the league, with support from Sarabia, Andre Silva and even Jesus Navas. So it's high time the ex-Toulouse striker gets the attention he deserves. 6. Luca Digne. At €20 million, Luca Digne was a significant gamble for Everton in a summer which saw them send over €50 million Barcelona's way in exchange for Yerry Mina Digne and a year of Andre Gomes. The fullback was looking for a permanent home after 5 years in which he'd bounced from Paris to Rome to Barcelona, only once picking up more than 20 league appearances, and he's found one, with only Pickford, Keane and Sigurdsson playing more minutes for the Toffees so far. Amazingly, Digne is Marco Silva's chief attacking outlet, with his 2.1 key passes per 90 the best in the squad, and he's brilliant at delivering the ball from wide, hitting 2.5 accurate crosses a game, the best in the Prem and 7th in Europe. As a result, he's grabbed 4 assists, joint top at Everton, and scored 3 himself, meaning that only Sigurdsson, Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin have been involved in more goals at Goodison. Still only 25, Digne looks like he has a slot on Everton's left flank locked down for the next half-decade, ranking alongside Ben Chilwell as the best fullback outside the Prem's top 6. Let's hope a big club doesn't come in for him again. 5. Lucas Leiva. While Liverpool have been tearing up the Premier League this campaign, a former Anfield favourite has been thriving in Italy. Lucas Leiva left the Reds for Lazio in 2017, with the Eagles paying €5.7 million for his services, and missed just 2 games in his first campaign in Rome, helping deliver the Supercoppa Italia, the club's first trophy in 4 years, and winning the Player of the Season award. Now 32, Leiva has seen his game time drop a little in 2018-19, but when on the field, he has been perhaps the best ball winner in Europe. At the time of writing, he ranks 2nd on the continent for tackles per match and 25th for interceptions, which shakes out to an insane 7.2 defensive actions per game, more than the Premier League's best Idrissa Gueye on 6.9. But as Liverpool supporters will remember, Lucas is not just a defender, but also a great distributor. He leads the Lazio squad in completed passes per game this season with 61, hits 3 accurate long balls each match, and even creates 1.3 chances, dropping him neatly in between Man United's Marcus Rashford and Paul Pogba. Though injury issues mean that Leiva has only played 30 or more league matches in 4 of his 15 seasons as a pro, he has plenty of mileage left in his legs and could yet help Lazio reclaim a spot in the Champions League. What a swan song that would be. 4. Duvan Zapata. Staying in Italy, we move over to Atalanta, who are competing against Lazio for a seat at Europe's top table. The Bergamo side continue to be one of Serie A's most entertaining teams, with their tally of 60 league goals at the time of writing second only to Juventus on 62. And this year, that's not simply attributable to Alejandro Gomez or Josip Ilicic, involved in 15 goals each so far, but to Duvan Zapata, who has scored 19 and assisted 5 in 24 starts. The 27-year-old Colombian is on loan at Orobici from Sampdoria, who were unimpressed by his tally of 11 in Serie A last year, and under the guidance of Gianpiero Gasperini, he's gone from a goal contribution every 141 minutes to one every 91 minutes. His underlying numbers are just as impressive, with a combined expected goals and assists per 90 of 0.97, second only to Ronaldo in Italy, and he adds a couple of dribbles per game as well, making Atalanta's €12 million option to buy him look like a steal. Now on his 4th Italian club in 4 years, Zapata seems finally to have found a home, and could well add to his 6 international caps at this summer's Copa America. 3. Matteo Guendouzi. For all the criticisms of his occasional stupidity or lack of defensive awareness, Matteo Guendouzi came into the 2018-19 season as a Ligue 2 midfielder and left it as a starter for a team competing for Champions League football. The 19-year-old was Arsenal's final signing of the 2018 summer window and was widely expected to be a reserve player, with his tiny €8 million price tag making him a relatively small gamble. However, the Frenchman is already more than good enough to contribute to the team, and if Arsenal make the top 4 at the end of the season, they will be delighted to have done so while investing over 2,000 minutes in the development of a young talent. At 6'1", he is deceptively robust and is likely to get stronger and more press resistant as he ages, while his rate of 3.5 tackles and interceptions a game is solid and also set to climb. Meanwhile, his passing promises a future in which Granit Xhaka is no longer necessary, with 88% pass accuracy and nearly 70% success on long balls, resulting in more than 3 finding their target per game. Another year of muscle building, and Arsenal could finally have a true midfield Swiss Army knife, who can contribute in every phase of play and allow the famously brittle Gunners to stand up physically to the division's best. 2. Axel Witsel. It's hard to quantify the success of Axel Witsel at Borussia Dortmund. The Belgian does not put up huge defensive numbers or get a bunch of assists from his deep position or sprint through opposition midfields like they aren't there. But the 30-year-old who joined the Schwarzgelben for €20 million in 2018, just 18 months after moving to China for the same fee, has been the still point in the middle of Dortmund's attacking whirlwind, an experienced head in a squad with an average age of just 25. That makes Lucien Favre's squad the 3rd youngest in the division, but Witsel has marshalled his teammates brilliantly, with only keeper Roma Berkey playing more minutes than the midfielder. The former Benfica man, who has 101 caps for his country, leads the squad in passes per 90 minutes with a huge 76, and in pass accuracy, with a truly insane 93%, a stat where centre-backs normally come out on top. A title winner in his homeland and in Russia, this season is Witsel's first in one of Europe's top 5 leagues, and the only negative is the prospect of the career he could have had if Germany had come calling sooner. 1. Dusan Tadic. Dusan Tadic had a solid 4 years with Southampton, forming a strong creative partnership with Sadio Mane and regularly providing assists. However, his best goal return in the Prem was 7, so it's hard to believe that in his first campaign back in the Netherlands, having joined Ajax in 2018, he has scored 30 goals by the beginning of April, putting him on course to double his previous record of 16 in a single season. And though the Serb has grabbed 28 goals and assists in the Eredivisie, he's also impressed against the continent's toughest opposition, contributing 9 in the Champions League, with 6 of those coming against Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. In fact, while his goal scoring is getting the headlines, it's his creativity which is truly impressive, as he lays on 2.7 chances a game in the Netherlands. Having a forward who can both finish and make opportunities has turbocharged Ajax in front of goal. The Amsterdam outfit have netted 100 in 29 league matches, almost 3.5 a game, and Tadic has combined brilliantly with Hakan Ziyech, who interestingly was bought by FC Twente in 2014 to replace Tadic when he left for Southampton. Most importantly, Tadic has led the club to a first UCL quarter-final since 2003. Winning the competition might be one miracle too far, but the forward's contribution in domestic and European football ensures that his outstanding season will see him remembered alongside Ajax's roster of greats for years to come. So those were our 10 players who have had surprisingly fantastic seasons, but can you think of any more? Let us know in the comments below and maybe we'll do a part 2. If you enjoyed this, why not go and check out the latest episode of Stat Wars The League? And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.